BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm going to make a video on Algorand. I know how that sounds, absolute madness, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I've been playing around with log scales for a while, secretly, because most of the time I just make videos on what's going to, what the overall vibe of the analysis is for the week or even for the month, sometimes even now for the quarter, looking at daily term time frames, stuff like that. And I don't really look into like things that are likely to pop, in the immediate term time frames, because generally nothing has been doing that for ages. All the best trades feel like a lifetime ago now. We only got that Tomo trade, and other than that, it's been pretty useless. Stick to the bread and butter, I say. Higher term time frames, spot trades. Buy now, sell later. Now, I've been messing around with this log scale here, and this is Algorand on a weekly, right? Even though the crypto market is pretty poor right now, and could get poorer as well, easily, probably will actually go down further. Doesn't mean that there's not opportunities at this level and definitely lower, right? In fact, this is what Matt Damon should have been talking about when he was saying, "Let's be brave, buy the top." He should have said, "Let's be brave, but scrape out these lows." That's what he needs to get back on the telly, start talking about it now, because it's these sort of moments where you really feel that sort of advice is plausible, right? So I'm looking at this. I'm just looking at it on a KuCoin chart here. Not that it's any better than others. It's just a cleaner chart than my Binance one, which has got all bits and bobs on it. So it's a simple thing. It's very simple. It's a falling wedge, right? It's a falling wedge on a weekly with a MACD, which has basically been slowly and surely snaking up towards a 0 point, which is again still quite far away from where we're at right now. Money flow index is kind of in the middle. It's kind of not a great thing to see. This is only the Algorand on the get it out there, KuCoin chart. Obviously the Binance chart is going to be a lot less. We're talking volume, so we're talking comparative volume. We've got 500,000 going through here, we've got 4 million going through there, so the money flow index is less of a big deal over here on KuCoin when you're dealing with the top cap coins. Really, it's just it's nothing really. But the RSI is the main thing to focus on. The RSI has got nice divergence brewing, so is the MACD, basically a positive cross on a weekly, and we're in this nice falling wedge pattern. So when you see a falling wedge like this, it's realistic to think about where the springboard is going to take place from, and obviously if we're coming down to retest these lows again, then we're talking 7.5 cents or lower over the next couple of weeks, months, right? But when you break out of here, when you break out of something like this, the full-on reversal takes place. And that's right. I know what it sounds like. You're like, oh, talk about Algorand. Look at the state of it, man. It's yeah, I know. It's wrecked city. You don't need to remind me. I've been like a big investor of this since 30 cents, then 16 cents, then 10 cents. And I'm like, where is the bottom going to be? Dollar cost average, my friend. Dollar cost average. Anyway, the same analysis still applies in my mind, which is to buy, hold and stake the things that I think are going to be good later on down the line. So yeah, 30 cents looks pretty rough now. 16 cents, also pretty rough. 10 cents, it's probably going to get rough. But the lower we go, the more likely it is that we do finally get a breakout on this divergence on the higher term time frames, and then when Bitcoin and crypto and everyone decides that it's time to move up again, and the breakout of this wedge takes place, which it hasn't obviously broken out and doesn't appear to want to break out, when it finally does, a full reversal is likely to take place, which means all the way up to $2 and see where we go from there. Now let's just say that this week we come back down and we hit a new low, 7.5 cents, and you move all the way up to what, $2? Let's just call it $2, just short of $2. A 2,436% move from that level, basically. Now this isn't a trade that you'd want to harvest your kidneys, put them on eBay, go all in on futures at 100x sort of trade. This is a buy, hold and stake from a significant low kind of area. I've said it before, to be fair. I've said it before. But this time around, we've got divergent speaking. If you wanted to be conservative about this, you would put this very simple structure on your own chart, really, on a log scale, because it's not going to apply really without the log scale, on a log scale, and you would trade the breakout, which, as far as this chart is concerned at the moment, it's going to be 12 cents or above. Closures 12 cents or above on a weekly to break out from this formation. And it's at that point you go, all right, well, I'll bite the bullet now. Still good gains, really, still good gains. So this is Algorand's not a scam coin, right? It's not a scam coin at all. You can stake this across the board in a variety of different places. You can even do its own governance staking for really high returns. You should buy this if you're going to buy it at all. It's, again, not financial advice, but if you were to buy it and sit on it for a couple of years, it's more than likely going to return to its former glory, right? The Algorand Foundation, for instance, they're like a jack of all trades, a jack of all trades and a master of some. They aren't a scam of any degree, but what it would appear is that their fundamentals have not matched price action, which is normally a good thing in the short term, especially in times like this where everything's down on its ass and nobody wants anything to do with crypto. The Fed is still threatening more rate hikes and most people are freaked out by that. A lot of people moving into cash, dollar moving up right this very moment in time. Is reasonable to be relatively guarded about what it is that you do with your money. Money, we all kind of need money, I suppose, with the price of living and everything like that. There's not as much money to throw into something like Algorand for the majority of people. But when you really put it out there and think about what it is that you're looking to achieve, even from today's prices, it's a 20x, right? Most top cap coins aren't probably not going to be able to yield that kind of thing, nor are you going to be able to stake it for the same amount of returns. So this, to me, continues to be a no-brainer. At the moment, it feels like I have no brain by continuing to dollar cost average into it, but I will do so, and I will continue to do so. I'll stand by my belief on this one. It's not a Wrecked City. It might be a Wrecked City chart for now, but it's not a Wrecked City crypto. And I believe very strongly, especially we're looking at the TA on the higher term timeframes and this formation, that when we finally do break out, it'll be onwards and upwards. Yeah, there'll be stumbling blocks along the way, and it's going to follow the overall market until this formation breaks. But when it finally does break, oh baby, she's going to be good. So anyway, I just thought I'd put it to you. It's not dead, it's not over, it's pretty sweet. I do like it, and the lower we go, even lower than this, continuing to go lower, I will still highlight this as something that is likely to reach $2 or maybe even more in the not too distant future, a relatively short period of time. The only problem you're going to have with that is that you've not allowed it to stake for long enough, because again, staking for 2 years is great. What do you get? 3, 4, 8% interest depending on where you're doing it, APR. Pretty sweet stuff. So I'll leave it with you to make that decision. But like I say, a conservative trader would wait for a breakout. Outside of that, if you're an investor, it's not all over. Trust me, this is not over. This is epic buying time. Right, I'll leave it with you there, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.